Hi, welcome back to another episode of Fandom Minutes. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're here with our friend Derek Hayworth
Well, Derek Hayworth is going to deliver us some food. He's got his own company, and we're going to get to interview and do a ride-along with Derek.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. I think he might be here, guys. I wonder who that could be. Hello?
The Fandom Minutes rock.
That would be us, actually.
I got your food.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I hear you're on the show tonight.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to do that. Yeah.
Well, come on in.
Oh, okay, all right, we'll do that now.
So now that we're back here with Derek Hayworth, I don't even know how you got here. You brought us all this great food, and can you tell us kind of like how you do this on a day?
I can tell you, or I can show you.
Let's check that box. Let's do that. So we are here today with Derek Hayworth, and he is the deliverer and owner of a local business called Delivuh, and we're going to do a ride-along with Derek today. All right, Derek, now let us know what we're about to do.
We're going to go pick up some food for a customer, Christy.
Uh-huh.
And...
You've got her info on your phone right there.
Yep. And then we'll take it to her house. We're at Lucky 13 right now.
So what has she ordered?
Lucky 13, a Dazed and Confused pizza.
Are you famous today?
So how long you been working this beat?
This beat, 8 months.
You ever see anything that's been blowing your mind?
Yeah.
What's some stories? What's some horror stories you got?
Naked man.
Oh my.
Better not put that in there. Naked man answering the door for his food.
Well then.
That's about the horror of it. Braxton.
Thank you for calling Zack Cafe. This is Abby. How may I help you?
Hey Abby, this is Derek. I had another order come in for you for Delivuh.
All right. Thank you. I'll get it in right now.
Thank you.
All right.
See, you're one of those people put your address in wrong.
You're welcome. So within the last 10 minutes, we have gotten probably 6 or more orders just within those last 10 minutes.
Probably closer to 10.
Probably closer to 10, so that's almost an order a minute. This guy and his team are hopping. All right, now that we're back from the ride along, let's do a little interview with Derek Hayworth. See kind of the man behind the delivery.
I kind of like to start. So, did any of your prior work previous to this prepare you for what you're doing now?
Yeah, in a sense. I've done a lot of Lyft and Uber Eats and Postmates and DoorDash and Grubhub.
Wow.
All of them. I've done a lot of that in the past, so it has set me up to have a little bit of knowledge into doing this.
Nice.
So with all that background, what kind of made you want to start a business in this particular field?
Well, Miami has never had anything like this.
No, we haven't.
And as I was doing the Postmates and DoorDash and all those ones I listed,
Uh-huh.
I thought Miami needs something like this. Because I would have to drive to Tulsa or another major city to do this stuff because there was no one around this town knew about it, let alone
how it worked
or anything. So I was getting tired of driving to Tulsa on the weekends or, to do all this. Even though I could make good money by driving down there, it was worth it. Still, the drive was just
a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot and very tiring. And also with another job that I worked for 60 hours a week for the past 10 years, I just was driving myself into the ground.
Yeah, that's a lot. How did you even handle that?
It was a lot of long days and restless nights. So, which hasn't changed since starting this.
Now that you've got your own thing, yeah, I can see that.
But back to the question, it was Miami needed something like this, and I was waiting for somebody else to come along and do it so that I could be a driver there. And it never came, so I figured I would do it myself.
Nice. Good reason.
Who would you say is potentially your biggest competitor, if any?
Here, there's not really a competitor for what I do. The only places you can have delivered here are pizza places.
Right.
I got a couple pizza places of my own that I deliver for.
Nice. They don't really have delivery themselves.
Yeah, we don't have any other major brands in town that's any kind of competition along these lines. And I'm not worried about if somebody came in the way that I'm structured. I'm not worried about any kind of competition.
Nice. That's good to know. That's in a world where things come and go so often, it's good to know that there's something that has potential to stick around for a while.
Definitely. And it sounds like you got a good infrastructure, really kind of solid.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, it's still building, obviously.
It's still building, and
it sounds like you got a foundation.
I would explain the way that this is still in kind of a beta form.
Okay.
Still being built on the base of what I've set. So, a good foundation, yeah.
So, with that being said, now that you've got your base, where do you hope to see your business in the next 5, say 10 years?
Multiple cities. And not cities per se, but towns. I mean, Miami is classified as a city. Mm-hmm. Probably barely.
Barely, yeah.
But
we're just now on the map, guys.
Yeah, multiple towns. I want to take the markets that are not anywhere in the near future for the big companies to go into. I want to take those markets by storm and give those communities a service like this. Because they deserve it just as much as the big city does.
So
I agree.
You kind of want to go somewhere that's not overly saturated.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of keep it local around this area, kind of the people that really need a service like this.
Yeah, we have other small towns around us that I plan on expanding into in the very, very near future.
Nice. Can you give us like one idea?
Grove. Yeah.
Grove would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be the next one.
Grove, I think. And Grove's a nice, has fairly wealthy town. A lot of lakefront property. I think that'd be a good place to start your expansion.
Yeah.
So, I know you said you've worked for other companies and stuff like that. Where did you get the idea or the concept for your business? What made you want
to... It was pretty much the fact that out of high school I was a delivery driver for a pizza place. And then adult life gets a hold of you and travel around and
for sure
you get a big boy job but still I always found my way back to doing little secondhand jobs and going back to delivering food for those big companies, but having to leave town to do it. And like I said, it was pretty much
it's just something you enjoy doing, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's something that I enjoy to do, and now that I can make it something that I enjoy, my passion, and I can make it what I do for a living, it inspires me every day to get up and make it better for everybody.
Nice. You really like that customer. You're really all about customer service.
Absolutely, I am 110% for customer service. I am not in it for the money whatsoever. It's Miami needed a service like this, and so do other communities need a service like this. And I price everything reasonably to where the driver makes the majority of the money, and they can make just as good of money as any other delivery service out there, and keep the prices as low as possible for the customer. And if anything is ever messed up, be it our fault or not, I provide excellent customer service. If it's getting out and going and running an order, for instance, I had an order from a Mexican place, and they ordered some quesadillas. They had missed the restaurant had missed one quesadilla, and by the time the order got there,
be simple to do.
By the time the order got to the customer, and they realized that they were missing one of their items, they contacted me and said, "We're missing this." So I immediately tried to contact the restaurant. They were already closed since we picked up the food and delivered it. They had closed. It was that late in the evening.
Wow.
And so I went up to another Mexican place and bought it out of my own pocket and took it straight over there to them. So
wow,
I'm all about the customer service.
Yeah. So when are you putting in for your 2020 candidacy? Oh no, we're not going politics yet. I'm sorry.
No politics.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So while we're on the subject of expanding and growing, how many people do you currently have working for you, and do you plan on expanding that anytime soon, or how does that work?
Well, working for me, I don't have any technical employees that are W-2 based. Everybody's a 1099.
Okay.
And for our viewers, can you explain that?
They're self-contract employees. They're self-contract laborers, which means that they also work for their self.
Nice.
And they can do that through my service. They can sign up. And as a driver, or as we call them, drive-us,
Nice.
There's currently 12 if you include myself.
So my next question, you've got this new business, but you've got to let everybody know about it. So people are going to want to start knowing. They're hearing this little local business just popped up, it's this new thing. What venture avenues or, how have you advertised your business?
That's been a real tricky thing to kind of manage. And I'm still trying to get a grasp on that. You ever heard the saying, good word travels at a snail's pace, and anything negative will spread like wildfire.
Very true. Very true.
So,
especially in a small town.
Yeah, in a small town especially. And I don't want any bad news or any bad feedback
publicity
to travel at all. So I strive to maintain that customer service and that great customer satisfaction. Unfortunately, with that, nobody's into good word. They like to spread the bad word around. But with the countless hours and the hard work I've put into it, I have been able to get the word out there. Other venues I've reached out to and tried was Facebook advertising.
How's that
It has done decent. It's got me a lot of engagements, a lot of new customers because of it. A big pushing point is just getting on a new restaurant, and we're traveling around that restaurant now delivers.
Yeah, I've noticed that. when I'm on Facebook myself, kind of scrolling, that's one thing that I really notice people talk about.
Yeah.
As soon as you get a new restaurant,
it just Facebook blows up. I mean, in this small community, that's all you really see on Facebook. About the time I launch on a new restaurant, all you get on Facebook and see is,
yeah, they have delivery now.
Yeah,
oh my
awesome.
God. Yeah.
Which I love. I love all that.
Yeah.
I know you're not exactly where you want it to be. You said you wanted to expand, but you've been pretty successful so far. To what do you contribute your success?
Great customer service.
What made you choose Miami, Oklahoma,
Hometown.
as your location?
Hometown, baby.
Homegrown, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, hometown pitcher, I guess, but that's no more.
Spread out, kind of.
And, I mean, this community is, if you can look past the bad that we have in this community, it's a great community. There's great people here. And, I mean, everybody that I've ever interacted with, I've met a whole lot of new people, and I've got a whole lot of new friends because of this, and I love every one of them. So that only strengthens the fact that I want to continue to grow this here.
What are some responsibilities you have as a business owner? I know there's
probably
a ton, but
you name it. There's so much that goes into something like this. Yeah, and I don't think I've said this, but I launched back in August of 2019, and but this has been in the works since December of 2017. Delivuh has actually been, it's the third, I was saying my third child of this whole thing.
Definitely.
Not a lot of people know this, but there was when I first started, I was going to call it Miami Delivers. That was going to be I wrote an app. I had an app and everything, and I didn't like it, so I scrapped it. And then I renamed it, kicked around some other names, and thought of Direct Delivers. And then I had an app for that one again, and I actually went and talked to a local restaurant, and we were going to go with that. And I got everything ready, and the day before we were going to try to launch on that, I called him and I said, I'm going to scrap this. I don't like it. I'm going to work harder to make it something better. So I scrapped it, threw all that out.
Dang, that's really close too.
So beyond
that
this itself, you even developed your own app for this and all that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's an app. There's 3 apps, actually. There's an app for the customer. There's an app for myself or any administrator that's going to be on the platform, and there's an app for all the restaurants.
Wow.
Nice. That's something I did not know.
Oh, and there's a delivery app, but the driver app. But that's not my app at the moment. We're still in the process of getting that system.
How do you think you've helped them? How do you do you feel like they're benefiting from this?
Absolutely. And I've heard countless stories of how I'm helping people.
Really?
For instance, I deliver further out than anybody else that delivers in this town does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm helping a lot of the rural area. And in that rural area, there is one customer that is absolutely amazing. She's just, I love her. Like, she's so great. Like, every time her order comes in, I try just to grab it myself and take it, because I like going out there and but
now, how far a drive is this?
It's pretty good. It's pretty a good click out. It's about 8 miles out of town, so it's about a 15-minute delivery. But she told me first time we ever delivered to her, I was the driver at that point, and she said that she absolutely loved this service and that we provided it, and because she has a child that has a disability and it's hard for her to get out of the house, and there's some days that they just can't get out and go do anything, and by providing this service to her, she's able to get some stuff delivered, anywhere from her groceries from the Walmart pickup.
Oh, that's a good point as well.
To food.
Yeah.
So that's the last question we got for you, but I'm sure that you said that people have reached out to you all the time. What are some frequently asked questions you get, or anything that you'd maybe like to explain, or just kind of put out there, or anything?
Number one question is, what do I charge? What do I charge? Well, that's a very loaded question because it's different for everybody in every restaurant. So much so that you two sitting right next to each other, if you ordered from Lostos and you ordered from Papa G's, you're going to pay different delivery charges.
Right.
Some restaurants don't have such. It's all in the contract that I have with the restaurants. But a good rule of thumb to think about is we never charge more for food than what you would pay going into a place. So food cost is the exact same.
Which is really hard to do. That's amazing, actually. Like, company-wise, that's hard to do as a company. I feel like you're eating a little bit because of that.
Just in the processing fees, it's a very intricate system. I mean, the restaurant does give us a kickback, and but just based on what the customer pays, they do pay a delivery charge. And a good rule of thumb is to think $3 plus 50 cents a mile from the restaurant. That's the most you'll ever pay.
Wow.
Some restaurants are $2 or $1.99 plus 50 cents after the first mile. So if you're within a mile of the restaurant, it'd be $1.99. Some restaurants have like certain days of the week where it's $1 delivery for up to 5 miles.
Wow.
It varies. I mean, so you follow us on Facebook. You can always keep an eye out every time there's a special day like that where somebody wants to offer delivery for $1 for up to 3 miles or something. We put it out there on Facebook instantly.
Nice.
So you can always keep an eye out for that stuff. Or you can always go on the app, put in your address, put a little quick order in, and at your checkout screen it'll tell you what your delivery charge will be to your address.
Nice. So, and we'll have the links down below for both. Is your app available on Apple as well as Android?
Apple and Android.
Very nice. So you can get that on Google Play or the App Store.
Yep.
And thank you, Derek, for coming and having this lovely conversation with us.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Follow him on Facebook.
Definitely.
You can find him and his company there. Just search for Delivuh.
Delivuh. You can search Delivuh in Google and it will pull up everything I'm like.
There you go.
And even if you're not in this area and you've watched this video and you think this is a good company that you'd like to be behind, go ahead and drop a like button on that because that will kind of get his name out better in our local area. So, I mean, if you just like what you've seen here today, drop a like. We'd appreciate it.
And like these guys, the Panda Minute.
We'll put his links in the description.
Below.
And yeah, we'll get you some food delivered and have a good old time. Thanks for joining us again for another episode of the Fandom Minutes. We hope you enjoyed our episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, as always, let us know what you'd like to see in the comments.
So I really enjoyed this last episode with Derek, and I think his business is really going to blossom and really become this really great thing. I'm really proud of him, and I think it's going to be a great success for him. But with that being said, let's move on to the next episode. The next episode actually was brought to us, the idea from Derek. We kind of hashed out some ideas while he was around, and he said, why don't you do cloud gaming? So I knew it existed, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. So I want to, over the next week, do some research on it, really learn myself up on this cloud gaming, and then what are we doing?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through various avenues for which you can do cloud gaming. We're going to discuss a couple of those, and then we're going to pick out one or two of them and go through and actually play games.
Yeah, so you get to see us game some.
Give it a shot. Obviously, they can be done on all kinds of different devices, and we're going to give that a shot and see what it works on and what it doesn't work on.
Yeah, so come tune in and check out what we're going to be playing. Laters.